The most overused and frankly most misunderstood term in retail today is omni-channel.
So we started this journey probably 18 months ago, just looking at really what people meant when they said omni-channel. And we looked at what our customers say, what the marketplace says, and there's a tremendous disparity between what people say and mean about omni-channel. We had this belief set as well that said, omni-channel today is really very focused on customer interactions, digital interactions, moving from physical to digital presence, and really it must go deeper than that. Omnibusiness is really about an enterprise-wide organizational change that requires you to connect front, middle, and back. It requires you to think about experience centricity, all the way through to your organizational alignment, how you think about the use of technology, both to enable your employees as well as the end consumer, but also how do you use some of the emerging technologies and some of the emerging capabilities around data and analytics, and even into the sort of the core operations of the business, you know, supply chain, how you think about financial management and how you reorganize the business. The most important thing is really understanding that customer and the experience centricity. And I think this idea about really moving to an experience-centric world, you know, people don't always remember products, they remember experiences.
They do, and one of the phenomena that we're seeing is that our best experiences are becoming our expectations.
Right.
Right, and often when you're in an industry, you'll be benchmarking yourself against one of your peers when it's all of the apps that we use on a daily basis that are defining what we expect.
This really isn't a one industry issue, and I think there's a lot that industries can learn from each other as well.
What's the role of the store in this omni-channel world that we're in?
There are still experiences that folks want to have that in a physical presence. The difference is it's just a different physical presence. It's maybe not your traditional retail store.
We recently did a big direct-to-consumer project, and one of the things that we found in dissecting the business models underneath the startups playing in the space is in essence a flip stored model.
Yep.
These emerging startups like Harry's or Warby Parker or Untuckit, what they're doing is they've done customer-centric, technology-first e-commerce to start with, and then they use the data to figure out where to put their stores.
And the point you're making there really amplifies the challenge that these traditional incumbent retailers have, right? Because they're stuck with a very large real estate portfolio. We all agree stores are going to be important going forward, but how many stores? How big should the stores be?
And the value proposition.
Should some of them serve as fulfillment centers?
Right.
So to make that pivot is just incredibly difficult, particularly when you're going up against what you just described, which is we're building our stores as we go along based on all this great data that we've accumulated online.
If you don't have that technology-first business model where you're getting the real-time data, it's hard to get a data advantage.
And you know, from a talent perspective, how you prepare people to create these amazing in-store experiences is very different than what we've seen in a traditional retailer.
Omnichannel is really about omni-business, about connecting the front, middle, and back office. We identified 8 capabilities that are not go beyond traditional digital engagement with your consumer, but really how you identify the supply chain, the appropriate data and analytics capabilities, how you enable the organization, and how you align the organization. And when organizations get that right, they're twice as likely to deliver business value than organizations who are solely focused on just the customer engagement.